This weekend, Eastcliff's upper class once again exploded with a blockbuster. Leona, the wife of Su's son Zin, went to Oru's Hill without divorcing him. Moreover, she went to Oru's Hill to cherish the memory of Changying Wade, who had been dead for nearly 20 years. What is even more amazing is that Leona is going to participate in the judicial auction next Monday to bid for the old house where Changying lived. Is it because she wants to see things and think about people who once lived there? Could it be that she loved Changying so deeply? Otherwise, how could she still love Changying so humbly after so many years? Moreover, from the photos taken by Leona, she was very sad. When the telephoto camera captured her beautiful and moving face, it even caught 2 lines of tears. You know, Leona was a well-known figure in Eastcliff back then. From these practices of Leona, people in Eastcliff's upper class immediately understood one thing. That is, it turns out that Leona has been obsessed with Changying for so many years, even though she has been married to Zin for more than 20 years and gave birth to a son and a daughter for Zin. Suddenly, the entire upper-class society of Eastcliff was full of discussions. On the one hand, people marveled that Leona was so affectionate for Changying. On the one hand, they laughed at Zin. For so many years, he has not been able to win Leona's true love. In Leona's mind, he can't even compare to a dead man who has been dead for 20 years. The Su family, who was ridiculed and mocked by the whole world because of the incident of betraying Ruoli, suddenly added a new huge joke. In Eastcliff's mansion, Changfeng threw several precious porcelains in anger. After a ding-ding and crackling of the ceramics, he roared angrily. This Leona actually ran to Oru's Hill at this time to go to the place where the dead man Changying lived, and she shed tears fakely. To remember him just to beat our Su family in the face. Zin Su is not in the country, so the next generation representative of the Su family has become his younger brother Shoud. At this time, Shoud said with a furious expression, "Dad. This woman Leona is really too much, she doesn't think of us. My brother has married her for so many years, and he still hasn't raised this white-eyed wolf. Now when our Su family is on the cusp of the storm, she has done such a shameless thing to add insult to our injuries. I think she just deliberately wanted to make our family face sweeping." Shushin Su also immediately agreed, "Yes, Dad. I really didn't think that my sister-in-law could do such an unconventional thing. After all, my eldest brother and she are still married." Sholi Su hurriedly said, "Dad, sister-in-law's visit to Changying's former residence is actually not the most serious. The most serious thing is that if sister-in-law really buys Changying's former residence, then we will be really embarrassed." "Yes." Shoud only then reacted and cursed impatiently, "Damn. That bitch. Even if she divorced my eldest brother, she ran to buy the place where Changying had lived. What the hell did that mean? Could it be that a person who has been dead for 20 years is stronger than my elder brother? Even if my eldest brother doesn't help, he can't be worse than a damn ghost, right?" Shoud's words not only scolded his sister-in-law Leona, but also scolded his elder brother Zin. The implication of his words was to let the old man know that his eldest brother is trash, a trash that can't subdue his own woman, or even a trash that can't be compared to a dead person. Father Su can naturally hear the overtones in Shoud's words. What's worse is that he actually agreed with Shoud's words from the bottom of his heart. In the past 50 years, he has never been so angry with his eldest son. In his opinion, the Su family has fallen into this situation today, and Zin should bear most of the responsibility. Therefore, in his eyes, Zin was not only not a qualified family heir, but also not even a qualified blood heir. The so-called family successor is the one who will inherit the entire Su family in the future and become the helm of the Su family. As for the so-called bloodline successors, the requirements are naturally much broader. As long as they are from the Su family, they are all the bloodline successors of the Su family. The current old man Su thinks that Zin is not only qualified to be the helm of the Su family, but also not qualified to inherit the blood of the Su family. So, he said in an angry cold voice, "Shoud, call your elder brother. Ask him to prevent Leona from participating in the judicial auction next Monday." I will never allow this woman to make the Su family the laughingstock in the entire China. When Xiao heard this, his heart was already happy, and he said solemnly, Dad, don't worry. I'll call Big Brother. After that, Xiao took out his cell phone and prepared to dial. Elder Su on the side said coldly, turn on the PA, I want to hear what this bastard will say. Xiao was overjoyed, and when he was too busy he beat his elder brother Xin. Xin at this time did not know what happened in Eastcliff. He received a call from Xiao, and his heart was immediately full of disgust. Although he is not in Eastcliff these days, he can accurately imagine how his younger brother will corrupt his image when he is not by his father's side. At this critical moment, it is equivalent to that the ancient emperor was already dissatisfied with the prince and wanted to dethrone the prince. When the other princes were excited, they would be determined to perform well, and at the same time desperately put the prince down. In the face of huge interests, brotherhood is nothing, not even a fart. Therefore, he was irritated and even bothered to answer Xiao's call. Xiao called again, and when not answered, he immediately said to the old man, Dad, Big Brother, he won't answer the phone, I don't know what he is doing, trash. What a trash, old Su angrily shouted, I asked him to go to Australia to avoid the limelight. Except for this, he has nothing to do, so he can't answer the phone. Continue to call. Okay, Xiao immediately hit Xin again. Xin in Australia was so annoyed by the ringing of his phone that he wanted to simply shut it down, but after another thought, he suddenly realized, now the old man is not satisfied with me. If I don't answer Xiao's call again, he runs to the old man. If he sues me in front of you, it would be more than worthwhile. Thinking of this, he immediately pressed the answer button and asked in a cold voice, what's the matter? Xiao said immediately, brother. Such a big thing has happened in China, why don't you keep answering the phone? Xin didn't think of his younger brother, and he criticized himself as soon as he came up, so he asked dissatisfiedly, have I now been sent to Australia to avoid the limelight? Do domestic matters still have anything to do with me? Domestic, shouldn't it be yours to solve? When the old man Su on the phone heard this, his face suddenly pulled down, but he didn't make any noise and instead made a silent gesture to Xiao, which means don't let Xin on the other end of the phone know. He was also listening on the phone. Xiao immediately understood, and hurriedly said, Big Brother. Sister-in-law ran to Orr's Hill, ran to Chang Ying's former residence, and was still in tears at Chang Ying's former residence. These were all photographed by the paparazzi and exposed. And the sister-in-law also signed up for Monday's judicial auction. She is going to buy Chang Ying's former residence. Our Su family's faces are all lost by this stinky lady.